You need to explain to us what you need them for.
I already did that.
We have alumni. You said you're doing an article. I said for who?
I don't need to disclose to you what I'm doing an article. I gave you a valid reason. I'm doing this in an actual public records request. I want to look at the books in order for me to do an article. Do you want me to tell you what my story is in depth? I'm not going to. It's none of your business.
I didn't ask anything about in depth. I asked who you work for. Secretary.
You started demanding stuff. You had to have an officer here to begin with, and before you would have meet
because
with me.
Because you're being unreasonable.
No, there was no being unreasonable. I was being very polite at the very beginning, wasn't I?
Yeah, he was polite to me, so I don't know what.
I was being polite.
Hello everyone, Acura Amanda here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to review body-worn camera footage from a school resource officer from the Boca Ciega High School, originally filmed on May 19th, 2022. The Boca Ciega High School is located in Gulfport, Florida. Back in May, a Gulfport citizen attempted to gain access to public records that are located at the Boca Ciega High School. This citizen was working on a story about a current teacher who is also a Gulfport City Council member. Councilwoman Christine Brown is also a teacher at the Boca Ciega High School. According to her former students, some of them claim that she was racially insensitive to them, and she even came under scrutiny a few years ago. One of the articles I found online were actually comments from Councilwoman Christine Brown's husband. Typically, making a public records request is not that difficult. You simply walk up to the custodian of that record and put a request in for it. However, in this case, it wasn't so simple for this citizen that was trying to obtain these public records. He was met with hostility from staff at the high school and also with a commander named Joshua Stone. Commander Stone works for the Gulfport Police Department. In this video obtained from the school district of Pinellas County, his face was actually redacted even though he was a uniformed officer at the time. The Gulfport Police Department attempted to collect $36 per hour for 8 hours to redact this uniform officer's face out of this body camera footage. Without further ado, let's get to the video, everyone. Don't forget to leave a comment when you're finished watching this video down below. Thank you, everyone.
A friend of mine, before she passed away, came and was telling me that she had met up with a few of her students. So she's a council member right now, Christine Brown.
Oh, Christine Brown. Okay, hold on for a minute.
So I was kind of hoping to look into the archives and see if I can get a list of her old students so I can reach out to them.
And what is your name?
I'm Mr. Lee.
Hi,
I'm Mr. Lee. I'm sure you've heard.
Just a Lee, okay. How you doing, man?
Apparently the same. Yeah, my name is quite around.
Yeah. I've heard the name, man.
Picking up, we're trying to do an article on Christine Brown.
Okay.
I want to look into the archives and see if I can go back and pick out her students.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that person before she passed away said she was already looked up 8 of them. She just went back to the class and told us to know the mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not going to mount anything, so I'm going to see if I can get some same students.
Oh, okay.
And do that article.
I'm unaware of that, man.
So we got some interesting stuff about the live.
I see, okay.
Show you on YouTube already.
Okay, well, all right. Hey, nice to meet you, though.
You too. All right. More color in the form.
Okay,
Okay, I already gave you the answer since what
you
I'm
did,
saying.
and I'm trying to tell you, you're on our campus right now. When we have students on campus, we don't allow visitors just wandering around, uncredentialed, unverified, wandering right at this time. So we need to know what it is your purpose is.
And what is my credential in this? I have anything to do with anything.
Because we don't know who you are, and we're trying to keep our students safe.
Okay. So what exactly do I need to get into these archives?
You need to explain to us what you need them for.
I already did that.
We have alumni. You said you're doing an article. I said for who?
I don't need to disclose to you what I'm doing an article. I gave you a valid reason. I'm doing this in an actual public records request. I want to look at the books in order for me to do an article. You want me to tell you what my story is in depth. I'm not going to. It's none of your business.
I didn't ask anything about in depth. I asked who you work for.
And it's none of your business.
Well,
I am still
then
a person of this
then.
city.
Then I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Okay, so you're denying me public records? I just want to make sure.
I'm not denying you anything to the campus.
I'm not in your campus.
You're on our campus right
You can
now,
bring the
sir.
books forward and I can take a peek at them.
No, not while we have students here on campus.
So what would be a good time
Right.
for me to come by then without students? Is this
I
Saturday, Sunday?
think mainly you basically want.
No, she's doing this on purpose to start shit. You know she is. So I'm just
Sir,
a little
I
confused.
don't deal with that language.
Oh,
I'm
there
not
it
gonna
is.
deal with
Finally,
it.
you got an excuse, because
No.
you were looking for one to begin with. You came out and said crude, you didn't bother introducing yourself, and this and
I
you're
did
demanding
too.
stuff.
I said I'm the
after.
principal secretary.
You started demanding stuff, you had to have an officer here, this and to begin with, and this and before you would have meet
Because
with
you're
me.
being unreasonable.
No, there was no being unreasonable. I was being
You're
very
being
polite at the very beginning,
unreasonable
wasn't I?
Yeah, he was polite to me, so I don't
And I asked her
know
if I was
what.
being polite. The only one that came out here and said, "Well, arrogance is you. You're starting something you have no business starting."
Sir, I am not
It's a
being
matter of public
arrogant.
interest. You are under obligation by Florida statute of law, and they sent to turn over those documents.
I'm not, you're asking for yearbooks that are on
Absolutely.
campus.
You can bring them here.
I
I don't
can't
have to
right
go
now.
in.
I can't right now
Okay,
because
then we can set up an appointment. When would you like to do this?
I still need your credentials.
No, you don't. It's a Fourth Amendment violation. I don't need to offer you anything whatsoever, and it's in order for me to get access into this public records. So if you want to continue to keep playing games with me, let me know.
I'm not playing. with
You are playing very much games. The fact that you didn't need an officer to come out here to begin with and this is beyond me.
Well, I didn't.
You have never met each other. So you know perfectly well who I am. And the fact is that I'm looking into Christine Brown in this and seems to irk you just a little bit, which means that you know her very well. And you're going to do everything possible to make sure I don't get my information. So if that's what you want to do, then do it. But I'm not going to sit here arguing with you. I got better things to do with my day. Either way, I'm going to get my hand on those records. So you want to make an appointment, I can make an appointment and come back. It's up to you.
I have to speak with Mr. Taylor, who's in charge of those, who's
Great.
not on
Congratu-
campus right
Okay,
now.
well, let's go ahead and put in an appointment.
I
so
can't
we
make
can
an
move forward.
appointment for him. I don't know his
Okay.
schedule.
Well, we can put in an email if you don't mind.
I can send him an email. If
If you don't mind,
if you would like to leave your information on the
Perfect.
front desk.
Thank you. Finally, something reasonable. Next time, it's going to be a little more respectful. Sorry about that. And thank you for being sweet, by the way. Calling out an officer and instead of introducing herself properly, or asking questions about teachers. We'll work out the light. The other camera. Here you go. I expect an email this kind of, hopefully it's by tomorrow. Can't seem to get yourself.
Have a
Thank you
good
so
day.
much again.
Is this just one E or is this two E's? Is this Lee with two E's at, or is this one E?
Does it have one or two there?
It looks like one. That's
Okay,
what it looks
congratulations. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
like. But I'm being rude. You have what? No, I'm gonna let him know. But she told me he was asking all kinds of other questions, not about a yearbook. He's.
Okay.
How are you again, Elizabeth?
Oh, I'm good, man.
I never a dry moment when it comes to me in this town.
I guess not, man.
Where did you activate that camera? Just asking.
Oh, I just
Inside
did.
or just did? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good, man.
All this for public records, huh? You don't mind putting another open records request into the camera for the day?
Yeah, that's fine.
My behavior.
Are we waiting on anyone or are we being asked to leave?
I'm just, yeah.
Well, I think right now
Because
he's,
if you're asking us to leave, I'll leave right now.
no, that guy there is the one that's,
Just understand, I'm not forcing you to stay here. You're not being detained or anything like that. If you want to leave, you can leave. But what I want to do is just clear it up with Mr. Cron to make sure that if this is a normal thing, to do it. But as far as the statute, I consulted with school board police, is that unless you're a parent, student, vendor, there's really no legitimate reason for anybody.
This is a public lobby, a public school.
that's Dr. Cron right there.
No, but Commander Stone, if
Hold that
you're,
thought just one second, okay?
What exactly does he have in his hands? Is that my emails?
I have no idea, sir. I just know I was, anytime we have any contact with you, you know, we gotta notify our supervisor, so, that, you know,
Was
so,
I being rude when I got here before?
no, you was nice to me, man, I had no issues.
With anyone? I'm just confused, why do we need you to have a conversation about open records?
Yeah, but I want to make it clear if we're being asked to leave, then, you know.
I understand, yeah, I understand, yeah,
We were told to come here, so that's why we're here.
okay.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
Right.
Good. Derek Grimes is the principal.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Derek Grimes is the principal.
You're on?
Yeah.
Hi, Amanda, nice to meet you.
Yeah, and so
Okay, that's what I need.
what is it that you're requiring, that you're trying to acquire here?
Your yearbooks
And for what purpose?
for news article.
For a news article?
Yes.
Okay, so who do you work with as far as, you have like a?
We're independent.
Independent, okay. All right, so what are you trying to accomplish with these yearbooks? Like, what would you like to see? What's the purpose?
Well, not your yearbooks
And for what purpose?
for news article.
For a news article?
Yes.
Okay, so who do you work with as far as, you have like a?
We're independent.
Independent, okay. All right, so what are you trying to accomplish with these yearbooks? Like, what would you like to see? What's the purpose?
Well, when I'm with this and looking for certain students and involving this in certain issues. Or
Not
past students, I should say.
necessarily, we're just looking for a specific teacher. We're doing an article on her, and we wanted to see her previous students.
Okay, yeah, you would never be able to tell by a yearbook who was in her class. So
Okay.
you'd be known.
It's fine, but at least we have a record of this and who to reach out to.
Pardon?
We'll just reach out since we're ready to reach out to, but we should still have access to it. I don't need to be in your campus, they can just bring out the books and we can just photograph them.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, the principal's out for today, and I will touch base with her tomorrow, okay? And I'll run it by her, and then we can work out if she's okay with it, a time for you to come back. But right now, there's nothing we can do to help you, okay?
Okay,
I'm
well,
gonna
thanks for
work with
coming
you.
out and
Yep, appreciate it.
clearing that up for us, so.
Yeah, no problem. Okay?
All right, bye
Take care.
guys.
Take care.
Take care.
And that paper that you have in your hands, is that my emails? Officer Stone, is that my emails?
Goodbye, Mr. Lee. I don't have to answer your question.
This email from the principal's secretary, who was seen in the body camera footage, states, "This morning, a little before 11:30, Mr. Lee came into the front office and asked Monica Davis for a listing of students in Christine Brown's classroom. He went on to make statements about her being a racist and having all the black students sit in the back of the classroom. He made Monica uncomfortable with a few of his comments, so she came and got me. Officer Embry and I went to speak to him. When I asked him what he needed, he told me he wanted to look through the yearbooks. He indicated he was doing an article. He became agitated when I asked him what paper he was with. He said he did not need to tell me that. I asked again for his credentials. He stated that I was denying him access to public records. I told him Mr. Taylor could help him with looking through the books and to leave his information with me so I could have Mr. Taylor contact him to set up a time. He was very agitated when he left and told me I was arrogant and rude. After he left, he called Officer Embry and had someone else on the phone who stated she was representing him and saying he needed information on the local cemeteries. I don't actually know what his purpose was, but I wanted you to be aware of this incident. Thank you for your attention."